I remember something that happened one time.
At the beginning, some persons felt like you guys are just playing. You won't achieve nothing. You won't achieve any result.
We spent a whole lot of money. We spent a whole lot of resources.
The story. So basically, ZAMFAHRENHEIT is about a youth corps member who was posted to Zamfara, and like his experience in Zamfara, trying to make extra cash. It's very much like what youth corps members have to go through when they are posted to places which are really far from what they're used to, and doesn't really have so much opportunities for them to make extra cash. And most of the time the allowance is never really enough to take care of them.
ZAMFAHRENHEIT was a pleasure to write. It was fun writing the script. We stayed up all night trying to get the best out of our characters, trying to build a very good plot, a story plot, and add a twist here and there.
So the youth corps members are forced to do other things like try to get what we call SPAs, like extra jobs, just something to put body and soul together. So this story, ZAMFAHRENHEIT, follows this youth corps member who goes through a lot of things and then has to find another job, just something to supplement his allowance from the government. And it also tells us all the things he has to go through in the course of doing this job, that he has to do. And will he succeed? Will he have issues? Will he have challenges? And when you watch the movie, you find out.
Any project you want to embark on, no matter how small it is, even in shooting music videos that are less than, some music videos are less than 4 minutes, 3 minutes, you find out that a lot of money is spent, millions of naira is spent in shooting such movies. Although ZAMFAHRENHEIT was not a high budget movie, but we spent a whole lot of money, we spent a whole lot of resources, and it was actually very difficult in assembling those resources. Personally, as the executive producer of ZAMFAHRENHEIT, I had to make a lot of sacrifices in order to ensure that we are sticking to the schedule of shooting, but we never had reason to pause shooting because of lack of resources. But I also want to appreciate all my friends that came through for me. So we're able to come through for me with cash and kind. I want to appreciate all those that give us assistance in the locations we used. We didn't pay for all the locations. Some locations were released to us to use, since they were seeing the zeal that the entire team had in making the movie. So we didn't pay for all the locations. We didn't pay for all the transport. A lot of people supported the ZAMFAHRENHEIT dream because they actually saw the back end of what we were about to achieve.
We had plans to shoot at this mall in Court, and we got there, and everything was going fine, but because a particular scene was taking too long to shoot, it was happening outside in the parking lot of the mall. We somehow attracted security, and they came, and even after our explanations and all, like, okay, this is what is happening, please, we just want to do this, and we'll be out of your hair soon. They didn't let us shoot, so we had to reschedule, and then rescheduling that particular scene and picking a new location was a challenge, because every other person, we're all core members, we all had things to do, and I think I missed out. I think it was just not really convenient for us to shoot again. Then some other locations were just they were not easy to get, like getting a location for the chief's house was a bit of a challenge, but eventually we did it. It was just cute anyway. Everything was just funny. But we somehow found a way to get around all those things.
I even remember there was a day when we were shooting over 10 scenes, and I'm so ashamed to say this, but I had only one battery for my camera, and that day the battery ran down.
It's interesting. You know, at a point we had to leave the cast on set and take our battery to go charge somewhere along the road in Damba in Zamfara State. That was one of our locations. Went there and our battery got exhausted, so we had to go look for this main charger, this main charging phone along the road, and then we did charging for some time, about 30 minutes or so, and then we went back to location. It wasn't easy anyway. It was an experience.
The battery ran down, and it was so surprising that these were not secondary, these were core members. We had to keep them waiting. Myself and the director went to look for where to charge the battery. Oh my god.
For me, it was an experience also, because I've directed some other movies in association with others, like associate director, but then this was my single. And it was an eye-opener for me. I also opened my ears to criticism and to learning more, and it was quite an experience. I really enjoyed myself. It was lovely.
No. You want bridge, man? Usually I want area boy, you want kind of area boy. Although he's area boy, but go for him. Go for him first of all. No. See what you do? You understand? Now, push him. You are jumping like a cricket. Stop jumping like this. Then like this. Move. That's what I want from you. Okay, like this. Push. You don't push with your waist. You push with your the forces here. You are playing with it. No. You see what you are doing? You are pushing like this. Look at what you are doing just now. You are pushing like this. That's not how you push. You push like this. You go like this. Are you seeing me?
Let's see. Casting. Casting was another thing. We were looking for someone who would be able to play the role of the lead female cast for one very well, and bring the story to life. We had done a lot, as I am the other writer, the other scriptwriter, Precious too. Her name is Precious too. We had done a lot to describe the kind of person we wanted, and so we were looking for someone who would bring everything, like have all those qualities we had described our lead cast as having, who would bring everything to life.
Writing ZAMFAHRENHEIT came as a blessing and also as a shock to me, but we had to put all hands on deck, get our writing prowess on, and just to produce a masterpiece that you can be proud of, and we ourselves can also be happy to have produced. Writing the movie ZAMFAHRENHEIT, we started working on the characters Aisha and the lead character, who happened to be a core member sent to serve his fatherland.
And wow, casting Peace was like serious, because Peace is a natural. Like, she flowed, and like we could see Aisha in her. She was so natural, so real. She had the spoiled princess thing going for her. She had the smart thing going for her, and yeah, it was exciting working with her. And maybe because she comes from an acting background, she's really, really good, and I really want to see the things she'll be doing in the future. I look forward to seeing her movies in the future.
If you would ask me, ZAMFAHRENHEIT is a masterpiece. You can attest to that yourself. So working with the team was also very wonderful. I worked with a co-writer, Precious, who happens to be my namesake, and it was fun having her go through the script again and bring in her own prowess and bring in her own excellence and top-notch into the whole writing of the script.
Eban Collins actually came with a very good vibe on set, even though at first we had to do a whole lot of motivating to actually get the cast into the picture. Evan Collins was just the best man for that particular role as Gregory Obona. So he did a very nice job. I knew that he's very flexible. He could actually do some of the martial art, and he was also very eloquent, and he's a very fine man. So we brought him on set and we tried to train him on a few things to do. So with a little coaching and brush up, Evan Collins was able to deliver very well on the main character role of Gregory Obona. So Evan Collins is actually a very wonderful actor.
But then, at the point where they saw that things were becoming more interesting and more enlightening, more results are coming out. Some persons became more involved, while some other persons were still sitting there, their fingers crossed, to see if we will achieve our desired results. But working with a person like Lawrence, the result is inevitable. We definitely will get our results.
Alright, it has been a wonderful show so far, and now we're in Safi orientation camp, just doing some final touches, and then we're done in no distance time. I believe God has been helping us thus far. Continue to help us. This is the last day of 21-day orientation camp. Of course, everything that has a beginning has an end, and then we'll come to the end of this 21-day orientation camp, and then of course the end of ZAMFAHRENHEIT shooting. Ladies and gentlemen, I remain your own and only gifted director, ZAMFAHRENHEIT.